welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ashley Sheree, and as you read by the title, today's video is going to be a story time. Yes, story time is way overdue. 6 months overdue if you want to be exact, because that's how old my baby is. His name is, well, my second baby, his name is Talton. So, well, his name is Talton Nigel. And I'm going to give you a backstory on the name. Talton came from, both my kids have backstories. Talton's name came from, I don't know if you guys ever watched Insidious. I know, it sounds terrible. But if you guys ever watched Insidious, and the little boy's name was Dalton with a D, as in dog. So I took the D off and I put a T, and I'm like, I've never heard that name before. And now every time I go somewhere, somebody is like, oh my God, that's so unique. I've never heard it. So that's where Talton came from. Nigel. The dad's initials is TNK. Tatum's initials is TNK. So I was like, I need an N, and I need something sophisticated. I don't want to keep naming the same N. So I went with Nigel because of Nigel Thornberrys, y'all. I know. It's very much giving 90s, but still, I love it. Talton Nigel is like 10 out of 10. Chef's kiss. I wouldn't change it if I had to do it again. I'd do it all over again. Same way, nothing different. So let's get into this story about how I found out about little old Talton. Okay, y'all. So I don't even know if I had told y'all. I ended up getting a new job, whatever, like 30 minutes away from my house. So I worked as a dental assistant before I became a stay-at-home mommy. I was a dental assistant. So I don't even know how long I was there. I started in August, found out I was pregnant in October. I was only there for 2 months, and I found out I was pregnant. So this is how I found out I was pregnant, y'all. And please don't judge me. So I ended up being in treatment one day with the dentist that I was working with at the time, and I started getting lightheaded, and I started getting hot, and I started feeling like I was about to pass out. So not knowing my blood sugar was low, that's the first freaking sign. Not knowing that my blood sugar was low, I ended up being in the middle of treatment, y'all. I was over the patient. Good thing the patient was sedated. They didn't know. They didn't know what was going on. It sounds terrible. I promise you. It was that bad, though, because the dentist was, like, freaking out. So I ended up doing treatment. I was in the middle of handing her an instrument, and I started to tilt over the freaking patient. And she was like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm getting hot. She thought it was because we was doing like 16, 17 extractions at the time. She thought it's because I seen the blood. But blood doesn't bother me. Like, blood doesn't bother me at all. So I'm like, no, it's not the blood. It's just I'm too hot. Because mind you, we was dressed in surgical gown, surgical cap, gloves. I'm talking about mask was like tight as could be. There was no air. No debris was able to get in. So I was like burning up on the inside. So I was like, I need to sit down. I'm about to pass out. So she was like, go ahead, go sit down or whatever like that. So another dental assistant came in. She was like, you need some crackers, you need some water. Maybe your legs locked or whatever like that. And I was like, yeah, that could be. Because mind you, when I came from my old job, I was at the front. So I hadn't been on my feet like that in a long time. So I had to get used to being back on my feet again. So that day, that happened. Next couple of days roll around. I'm good, you know. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So they come to me and they like, well, we think something. And I'm like, what y'all think? And the dentist is like, I think you're pregnant. And I'm like, girl, I'm not pregnant, because I know the signs of me being pregnant. Mind you, I'm not even thinking about my period, y'all. I'm not thinking that homegirl ain't came. Like, this is the early on. Like, I don't even think I had missed a day yet. It was like probably getting ready to come up or something like that. So I was like, okay, whatever, y'all. I just had a bad day. So I thought. That same day we had this conversation, y'all, it happened again. We had like a full mouth, like almost 32 teeth worth of extractions. I did it again. And here I am thinking, okay, maybe at this point, it must be the blood. Or it got to be because when I don't have all of this stuff on, I'm not feeling like I'm about to pass out. So I'm like, it's one of the two. I don't know which one. So I undressed. I didn't care. I was going to be splattered in blood. I undressed. Mind you, like, I'm talking about blood was everywhere. I don't even know if I could say that on here, but it was everywhere. We were in the middle of surgery. I teed the top right on top of that patient again. This time I went all the way down. They literally had to run, get me water, give me a cold towel, sit me down, put me in front of the fan. Like, it was bad. I had to go. Somebody ran and got me Pedialyte. Y'all, it was bad. It was bad. So I'm just like, okay, let me on my lunch break, let me go take a pregnancy test to humor them or whatever, because I know I'm not pregnant. So I drive to the local Walgreens, give me a 2-for-1 special pregnancy test, and lo and behold, I'm gonna say, what? It was negative. Yeah, the first test was negative. So lo and behold, the first test was negative. I was like, all right, cool. First of all, this is my birthday month. My birthday October 11th. So I'm like, shout out to the Libras. I'm like, oh girl, I'm finna drink because I know I'm not pregnant. I just had a 1-year-old. Girl, I knew I wasn't pregnant. I didn't even feel it. Like with my first, I found out at literally 2 weeks. And I don't even know if you can do that. I found out at 2 weeks because the lady that I went to my OBGYN, I'm trying to say, y'all, I'm all over the place. But when I went to my OBGYN, she was like, how you found out this early on? I'm like, I don't know, like I just had it in a gut feeling. I really felt it. I might tell his story time in another video because his story time was funny too. So I took the pregnancy test or whatever. So I'm like, oh, this the weekend. I took it on a Friday because it was the weekend. And I went out with my husband's cousin at the time. So I was like, I'm gonna give me a little drinky drink. She wanted to go out to eat, so we went out to eat. I got me a little was it a margarita? I can't remember what I got, but anyways, it was good. I got 2. So the days went on. I'm noticing my period has not came. Your girl was like, okay, first day was like, okay, I noticed my period didn't come. Okay, cool. I might just be stressed out. This is a new job. My husband had a new job at the time. So I'm like, we just, dibbling dabbling. This is a whole new life. I had just got a new truck. Like everything the whole life had just spent around. So go on a couple more days. It turned into 2 days. 2 days turned into 3 days. By the 3rd day, I was like, darn, my period late. So I started playing with him and I'm like, my period late. And he was just like, girl, whatever. And I'm just like, no, I'm for real, my period late, but like whatever, la-di-da. So we go on day 4. I'm like, I wake up the next day, I remember vividly, and I'm like, day 4, no period. And I'm just sitting here a kiki, and period really ain't coming. Whole time, period is not nowhere to be in sight. So by the time day 6 come, I remember it was on a Friday because he got off of work. Was it on a Friday? No, it was on it was on a Wednesday when I found out that. Was it a Wednesday? I can't remember. I told this story on TikTok. That's why I'm like, it's mind-boggling. I got mom brain, postpartum brain. But I just remember that I want to say it was on a Friday because... No, it wasn't on Friday. I take that back. It was on like a Wednesday or a Thursday. I took the test at home one morning. Wednesday, because I'm off on Wednesdays. I took the test on a Wednesday. My period always comes on a Wednesday. I don't know why, but it always comes on my off day. So I woke up that morning. I'm like, my period still ain't came. Let me take this other test. So I go and do what I do, on the test or whatever. And I'm in the bathroom just scrolling on TikTok, just chilling. I flipped it down on the shower. So next thing you know, I'm just like, oh, I'm steady scrolling, don't pay no attention. I'm like, let me look at this thing on test. Because girl, get the test, look at it. I said, I just be darned. Test is positive. I'm freaking out. The first person I called, I don't even know if he know, but I'm telling this confession now. I called was my sister. She didn't answer the phone. She did not answer the freaking phone. So I ended up calling, basically, my other sister. I ended up calling her, and I'm like, she answered, because she know, like, I FaceTime both of them. And they know I don't FaceTime. I'm not that person. Especially my second sister. I FaceTimed her, and I'm just like, I'm pregnant. And she gonna congratulate me, like, oh my God, I was just talking to somebody and saying when y'all's gonna have another. I'm sitting here about to cry, and you excited, baby. This not that. I'm like, what do I do? 1 is already enough, and he's only 1 at the time. 2, I'm about to go insane. What do I do? How do I tell this man that I am pregnant in less than another year? So I'm on the phone with her. She congratulated me, and I'm like, oh, my other sister called me back. Let me hang up and tell her. I tell her I get the reaction that I want. My sister, like, you FaceTime me, what's up? I know something not right. So I answer her FaceTime, and she's just like, girl, what? And I'm just like, girl, I just showed her the test. I didn't even say nothing. I just showed her the test. And she was like, what the? That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Not no, oh my God. I mean, I wasn't mad at her at all. I just should have known it was going to be her reaction because she just loves love. Like, oh my God, she's so cringy when it comes to that. She just loves. And I get on her all the time with it. But my sister already knew. She was like, girl, what you gonna do? And I was like, I don't know. She was just like, did you tell him? I'm like, no, I didn't tell him. I think I called him first and he didn't answer. I did call him first and he didn't answer because he was in some meetings. But I had to tell somebody. I couldn't just sit in this house by myself and not tell nobody. And I definitely was not calling his parents. That's dead. So my other baby was at daycare. He finally calls me, and I'm like, what would you do if I tell you I was pregnant? Because my period still ain't came. So that's how I played it off. And he was just like, girl, you're not pregnant. And I was like, no, for real. I just, you know, took a pregnancy test, and he said pregnant. He was like, I know you lying. I know you lying. He wasn't mad. He just was like, I know you lying. And he got quiet. And I was like, you mad? Like, what's your emotions? And he was just like, no, what does it be mad about? It's like, nothing we can do. Da-da-da-da. We already got one. So, like, okay. Next thing you know, we hang up the phone because he had something he had to go do at work. Then next thing you know, all I know is this man called me. I guess it's settled in. And then finally hit him. He was like, I'm about to come home. I'm about to go get Tatum from daycare. I'm finna go check him out. I'm about to come home. I'm like, what you coming home for? You ain't even got that much more time left. You know, this time it's probably like 12 o'clock. He was just like, man, I don't know. Y'all, I kid you not. It wasn't even 5 minutes me getting off the phone with this man. He is doing a donut in the driveway. You hear his truck pull up, music loud. He come through the door with my 1-year-old on his hip. And I was like, what if I was lying and you just took out work for nothing? He was like, nah, you ain't lying because you ain't finna lie about nothing like that. And I'm like, nah, I wish I was lying. But no, I'm really pregnant. So we went on for about 2 weeks, maybe. We ain't tell nobody other than my sisters that knew. We went on for about 2 weeks. We went to Bogalusa. I couldn't hold it in no more because I'm just like, I know with my first Tatum, I was throwing up a lot and I already knew what I was going to go through. Mind y'all, as soon as I found out about this second pregnancy, I literally became instantly sick. Like sick as a dog. So I'm just like, we got to tell them. I remember that it was on a Friday that we went home to Bogalusa because Bogalusa had our hometown high school had a home game, and my little cousin was dancing. I think it was a scrimmage, maybe. I don't know, to be sure. But we went there, and we was all sitting in the kitchen, and I was like, I got something that I gotta tell y'all. And no, I said, we got something that we gotta tell y'all. And he was just like, man, you must well go ahead and spit it out. His mama was looking, his daddy was looking. We was just all in the room. all in the kitchen. And she was like, what? And I was like, I just remember being like, And she was like, you pregnant? Oh, y'all, I couldn't say nothing. I just put my head down. I was like, oh my God. Like, I couldn't, it was nothing that I could say. Then I finally went back. She wasn't mad. They wasn't upset. They was actually like really, really happy. Weirdly, I was still in awe. I was shocked. I felt like he was zoned out somewhere. Didn't know what was going on. I don't know, y'all. He hadn't even really processed it. Mind you, the baby one walking around don't know what's going on. He don't know he about to be a big brother. So what happened after that? I went back to work and I ended up telling them because I couldn't take x-rays. I was getting sick. I was getting lightheaded. So I finally went back and told the doctor, I'm like, you was right. Everybody was just like, we know it. We hope it's a girl. Because you already got a boy. We knew it. No, ain't no we knew it. Why y'all happy? Did you not understand that I just said my whole life just restarted? Like, what do you not understand? I just got a new job. I got a 1-year-old. I'm 30 minutes away from where I used to work. Like, I'm 30 minutes away from my whole entire life. He is dang near an hour away. It's like, what are we gonna do? Daycare is 30 minutes away from both of them. I was freaking out, y'all. This is like, when I tell y'all, I mean, I really had no words for it. But it was better than not the pregnancy, but the finding out was better than my first. Finding out about my first was like, I don't know. I can do a story time on it. Let me know if y'all want a story time on that. I am gonna break this video up into 2 parts because I have another story time to tell with this story. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, and the next video, if you stay tuned, that story time, I'm gonna give y'all a little sneak peek. It's gonna be a story time about after I found out I was pregnant, me becoming sick, me having heart problems, SVT to be in particular. What else happened? Me bringing me back to life, me being diagnosed with preeclampsia after the fact, and what else? I feel like it was so many. That's 5 things, but I feel like it was something. Oh, and me having heart surgery after I had my baby. So stay tuned for the next video. Bye. No, for real, y'all. Stay tuned for the next video because it's gonna get real juicy real soon, real quick. So stuff got real. Like, stuff really got real. Your girl was almost out of there with this second pregnancy, but he's here. I'm healthy, he's healthy, and we're blessed. But just stay tuned for the next video.